What's up, crypto fam? It's your boy Phantom. We're going to take a look at the markets today, the news that's going on in the cryptocurrency space, why I am bullish this week. It may not be till mid to end of the week for us to turn bullish, but I think momentum is going to shift over the next week, and I'll explain why I think that in this video. So just to start off, we're going to look at the fear and greed index like we always do. And right now we're staying at 21. We were at 22 yesterday, so we're just kind of chilling in extreme fear territory, which if you've seen any of the indicators before is, one of the top things for a move to the upside. Usually when the market hits an extreme fear number, sometimes it gets as low as 10 or 11, we tend to change momentum and move in the other direction. And I think a lot of the market has been beat up over the past few weeks. Bitcoin's kind of just moved sideways, consolidated. We keep having these wick ups, but we keep closing weak. We closed once strong, and we didn't have follow through the next week. We've held the weekly trendline support, which is bullish. That means we are holding the line. The more times it's tested, the weaker it will get. But that said, it's holding strong, so there's a lot of structure at this level, and that's a solid sign of things to come, in my opinion. One of the big reasons that I'm bullish is for this week is I think we've moved sideways for a period of time that enough people are frustrated with the market. I know Twitter is completely polarized at this time. There's not many people that have been on the same page as I have on just staying out, kind of waiting for Bitcoin to make its move. I'm hoping this week is the week for the move. But there's a bunch of people that are diving all in or putting all their money into shorts. So my recommendation is the same. I'm, obviously not financial advice, but I'm okay waiting on the sidelines to make sure that we do make a strong bullish move and have a momentum change before I start ripping any type of cost averaging or aping into any of the altcoins or Bitcoin itself. So one of the big reasons that I am bullish this week would be this news article here. The cryptocurrency industry has staked out a spot in Washington's revolving door, and it's hiring scores of former government officials and regulators as it seeks to shape policies to govern the largely unregulated market. Those working for an advising cryptocurrency firm or investment fund include 3 former chairs of the Securities and Exchange Commissions, the SEC, 3 former chairs of the Commodity Futures Trading Commission, 3 former U.S. senators, and at least 1 former White House chief of staff, former Treasury Secretary, and former chair of the Federal Deposit Insurance Corporation. Why this is a big deal? If you've been following the news with XRP, they're doing very well so far in their lawsuit, defending themselves against the SEC. And the reason for a lot of their success is because they hired some of the top people from the SEC, some of the top lawyers that they had in anticipation for this type of lawsuit. So they had all their cards ready. They just hadn't shown their hand until they got sued. And they're absolutely annihilating the SEC as far as the news at least is showing, because they were prepared, because they hired the right people that understand the broken system and the rules of that said system. They understand how to play the games. They understand how the inside of this works. And cryptocurrency industry hiring the revolving door of the government is smart for the same reason. They have inside tracks. The way that the government works, whether people like it or not, or want to admit it or not, is it's a lot of who you know, not what you know. And hiring the right people to get inside those closed doors is a big deal. And people that understand the regulation aspect, the funky rules, the way to deal with Washington is a powerful, powerful tool to have in the toolbox. We can educate people all the live long day, but until we have the right voice hitting the right person's ears, where they'll listen to them and not just in one ear out the other, is a game changer in the market. Now, I know this has been going on for some time, so this isn't my reason for feeling bullish this week. That more comes from the chart consolidating, not breaking weekly support, and the overall sentiment in the market. Everybody's kind of fearful. So usually when people are in peak fear territory is when we do have momentum shifts. So I thought this article was really interesting, and I can't wait to see what fruits come from this. The other article I found interesting, which may have an opposite effect on my bearish belief, or my bullish belief this week, is a bearish article that I found that the latest draft of the European Union, the EU, proposed legislative framework for governing virtual currencies, markets, and the crypto assets. Proof of work is energy intensive. So what they're basically saying here is currencies like Bitcoin, Ethereum are very CPU, very power hungry systems. They have a large carbon footprint. They take a lot of energy to do the verifications before blocks are added to the chain. That said, that's a large reason for a lot of governments to push back on cryptocurrencies, even though if you look at the power the regular banking system uses, it's astronomical as well, but we kind of just hide that behind the tree. Bitcoin's obviously in the limelight right now, so the one strong argument that they have is its large carbon footprint, which it is large. There's ways to work, to correct this, and that would be solar powered energy. I mean, Elon Musk came out saying if you took the square footage of a nuclear power plant, it would be more fruitful to fill it with solar panels, facing the right direction, absorbing the right amount of sunlight, that it would be more fruitful for that energy, and it would be renewable as opposed to nuclear power in the same square footage, which is unbelievable to think about. So there's more than enough energy. We have the largest battery in our, small neck of the woods here, being the sun, and it's not even close to out of energy, so it's in our interest to start using it. I think if a lot of the miners move to solar energy, renewable energy, there would be a lot less for the governments to push back on as far as the carbon footprint. So, and I know some are starting to make moves in that direction, but the EU may pass legislation that says instead of proof of work, they'll want them to switch over to proof of stake, kind of like Cardano and some of the other cryptocurrencies have moved to. It's a lot more energy efficient. So we'll see. I believe they're coming out with an announcement this week, so I look forward to hearing from that. Hopefully it doesn't offset my bullish thoughts on this coming week, but time will tell. And the legislation that they're coming up with, it's set to come out with a phased rollout plan. I still think if this ledger, or if this news hits, it's going to be a painful at once blow, and then it's kind of getting hit by the branch over and over again as they keep on rolling out new releases and new updates and etc. etc. So hoping that they have softened the news, that they're not coming out as strongly as some are anticipating them to. But again, time will tell. And just taking the market into account, we've been looking to flip bullish for some time now, and I think we're right on the cusp. That's why I'm calling early. I'm thinking that this is going to be the week of momentum shift. I could be wrong. I've been wrong before. Obviously not financial advice, but that's my belief. That's what I'll be watching for. I'll be watching closely to see if volume comes in is one of the big indicators, and I'm curious to see how the S&P comes in on Monday, if they come in strong. And don't forget, this week on the 18th, we have the announcement from the Fed on interest rates. So that's part of my bullish sentiment. I think that my belief is that they're going to kick the can down the road again. People are going to get really excited about it because interest rates aren't going to change. We make bullish legs up. It's short-term bullish news because my belief is the longer that they kick the can down the road, the more painful the recession's going to be, and the longer the recession's going to be. So, keep that in mind. But I'm thinking that this is the week that we get a momentum shift, and I'm hoping I'm right on that. I'm thinking it's going to be towards the end of the week, but we'll see how strong we come out of the gate Monday. We'll see how much the news from the EU hurts us, and we'll be watching the Ukraine crisis. Hopefully Russia quits with its insane bombings and pushing for territory and just annihilation of this poor country. Hopefully they get done, they finish what they need to finish, and we move on as a world. That's obviously some hopium as far as the war is concerned, but I figured I'd give my thoughts out there, put it on stream, see what type of comments, feedback I get, see what people think, and I'm hopeful for this coming week. Like I said, I think it's going to be the end of the week, but not financial advice. We'll be proven right or wrong, right, in about a week's time. So till then, I hope you have a great rest of your Saturday. There's no real point in looking at the altcoins until Grandpa Bitcoin decides to do something. I'm very much sitting on my hands until it makes a more decisive move in one direction or another, and that includes the altcoin market. You could get in early and you can make great gains, but you're a lot better off following the momentum, following the trend, and that's what I plan on doing. So I hope you have a great rest of your Saturday. I hope you have an amazing Sunday. I'll catch you all tomorrow night. Follow, like the stream, like the videos if you do appreciate the content. I'm just getting started on this, and I'm hoping it's beneficial to some people. Happy to do any type of looking in any altcoins or research that anyone would like done. And yeah, until then, I'll catch you tomorrow. Peace.